Morning, grade 12. I have not received any queries from you. 10th standard is very active. They're asking me for doubts, clarifying doubts over Google Class and WhatsApp and all those things, but I don't find any queries from any of you. And I'm not very happy with the way you are responding. I do not know what makes you so lethargic. I would like you to respond. Only then I know that you are preparing, you're doing something at home. I don't want something to be done, I want everything to be done. All right, and I want you to take things seriously. So please, I want you to respond to me. I find a lot of you very lethargic. I don't find all of you responding. And don't you have any doubts? There's nothing. Either you're clear with everything or you do not understand a thing of what I'm saying. I do not know which one to take up. So I would like you to clarify your doubts. At least ask me something, show me that you're really doing something at home. All right? Okay. Fine. I'm going on with my next lesson, The Enemy by Pearl S. Buck. Now, Buck, and can you tell me what is called a buck and the other gender for buck? I want to know that. So I would like you to respond. All right. So let me tell you about this particular lesson. It is about the enemy. The very title is very clear. The enemy. Now, who do we look at as enemies? Who is an enemy to us? Or let me ask you this: the title. What does the title suggest? The enemy. Which enemy? Whose enemy? Why is the person treated as an enemy? Usually, the word enemy, we use in time of war, right? We say, I'm not very happy with this relationship. I'm not very friendly with him. That's how children these days take it. But when you talk about the word enemy, usually you relate it to wartime. Okay, now when there is war between India and Pakistan is naturally our enemy. So here we might be talking about a war situation. Or it could be between two nations or it could be between two individuals as well. So we are going to read and find out. Before I read, I would like to tell you about something called POW. Who is a POW? What is the expansion of POW? Prisoner of war. Now, naturally, prisoner of war. What do you need to know about prisoners of war? Are they really treated very sweetly when they're caught? Naturally, when they are prisoners, the enemy has taken them. You can imagine what their condition would be. The movie Kapan, the Surya talks to you about how he gets caught when he goes spying, and then how he, bites the fellow's ears, the torture that the prisoners are given, how this fellow bites the official's ears, spits it out, how he escapes. He's supposed to be a prisoner of war. And when you look at lots of movies talk to you about prisoners of war, like Tupaki, which tells you how a beer bottle is stuffed through the eyeball, all these things. So prisoners of war do not have an easy time. They really are tortured and tormented. It's better that the person does not get caught and become a prisoner. It's better to die on the battlefield because the condition is so bad, severe. Torture is very, it's unbearable. So they are forced to, speak up, few secrets, and all those things. And recently we know about the person, in the aircraft, how he landed in Pakistan, how he very clearly told them, say, I'm not supposed to, disclose certain issues. We know about all these things that are happening around us. So prisoners are really, you have to salute them when they come back, or when you go and rescue them and bring them back. You really have to salute people who do not disclose secrets of their countries to the enemy country. It's very important that you're very patriotic to be that bold and strong. We know about so many people who have acquired there are lots of awards given, right, to the officials, what to say, the military officials who go and fight the Paramveer Chakra. That is one of the awards the government gives them to the ones who fight the battle and do a lot for the country. That's a recognition from the country to the army official. So, like this, now we are going to talk uh, about a doctor and how he looks at a particular prisoner of war whom he comes across. Now, when I say doctor, the first thing that comes to our head is, people who are selfless. Even at this particular time when we have this COVID-19, a big issue, in the nation, you can see so many doctors, working day and night, so many people coming up and thanking them on television, so many people, are sacrificing the time to the family. They don't even return. They are supposed to be away from their families because they are at risk, and when they go home, they will putting the other members of the family at risk. So doctors and nurses are kept away from their families. You come across all these things on news, so we can see how doctors have to really sacrifice their lives. Recently there is a particular news where a doctor, died because he was affected during, his service. He was affected by COVID-19, and then he died when he was taken to a cemetery, Hillpark Cemetery in Chennai. You know what kind of response the public had. How they stoned the body. They did not want the body to be buried. All these are things that can really upset people. You can see one particular doctor who has come up with a video. He's almost, he's weeping so bitterly. He talks about the conditions, the situation the doctors are in. After doing service to the country, they don't get to be buried, in a decent manner. They're not being, burial spots are not being approved. They're not given permission to bury the body of these people, right, who have been serving the public. And because they were serving the public, that's why they've been getting affected too. And people don't seem to realize that. So, doctors, when you talk about, they are most often they are selfless people. Yes, we talk about so many people nowadays who make medicine a big money making industry. Right, we're not going to talk about those people. We are going to talk about people who are real heroes, who come up and, no matter what trouble they're going to face, they stand up and they serve the people. At present, all around the world, we are in a state where we need to salute all the doctors and nurses who are doing round the clock work. So here, there's one particular doctor. It's about a Japanese doctor who comes in contact with this American prisoner of war. And what do you think his attitude could be towards this prisoner of war? Do you think this doctor is going to save him? Now, if you hold, or if you protect or keep, shelter a person, a prisoner of war, you are guilty. You are also a criminal when you do that. So, do you think this Japanese doctor is going to protect this prisoner of war whom he comes in contact with or whom he comes across? And is he going to behave like a doctor, or is he going to behave like a patriot and hand over this prisoner of war to the government? What is he going to do? With that question, if you were a doctor and if you come across a prisoner of war, what would you do? How would you react? Put yourself in that position and think of what your kind of response, or how you would respond in that given situation. Now, we are going to read on. It's quite a lengthy lesson, but it's a very interesting one. So, and it's very simple English. So, I'm going to go a little quick there where I feel you will be able to understand. Okay. So, uh, keep your book with you, read through. If you have any doubts, please come up and ask me. All right. So I'm going to read. It's very simple language as well, so it's not going to take much of explanation here. Being in grade 12, you should be able to understand, very simple English. And I am going to explain to you. In case you need further explanation, you can always send me a message on WhatsApp, or you can always ask questions on Google Classroom. So, The Enemy by Pearl S. Buck. It is the time of the World War. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore, meaning pushed, ashore. Probably he was caught, in the waves. He was lashed, he was in the sea for some time. He was pushed by the waves ashore in a dying state. So he was in a very serious condition. He was almost dying. And is found at the doorstep of a Japanese doctor. Should he save him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? Patriot, a person who loves his country, a person who is very, a great admirer, a great lover of his country. Is he going to be a patriot or is he going to be a doctor? What is going to be the response from this Japanese doctor? That is the question here, and that is the main part of the story. Dr. Sadao Hoki. Okay, Dr. Sadao. Now, when I write on the board, it's not very clear, so I'm avoiding, most of the writing on the board. So bear with me. You have your book. Look into the text. Dr. Sadao Hoki's house was built on a spot off the Japanese coast, where, as a little boy, he had often played. So, his house was overlooking the sea. Sometimes, when you talk about ECR, East Coast Road in Chennai, you have these movies where they show you these huge buildings overlooking the sea, the coast. Okay, so his house was probably, you could see from his house, you could see the sea. Dr. Sadao's Hoki's house was built on a spot of the Japanese coast, where as a little boy he had lived. So he was there right from his childhood. So that was his house. The low square stone house was set upon rocks, well above a narrow beach that was outlined with bent pines. Pines is pointed to, needle-like, those trees which have the needle-like leaves, and they're also cone-shaped, right? So his house was set on rocks, and above a narrow beach, which is close to a beach, and it had a lot of pine trees outlined on the borders. As a boy, Sadao had climbed the pines. As children, we like to climb trees, supporting himself on his bare feet. So bare feet, shoes. He used to climb the trees, as he had seen men do in the South Sea when they climbed for coconuts. So here also we see how people climb the coconut trees to take down coconuts. So just as he witnessed that, he also would climb the pine trees. His father had taken him off into the island of those seas, and never had he failed to say to the little brave boy at his side, "Those islands yonder, over there, they are the stepping stones to the future for Japan." So the father, knew how important those islands were for Japan in the future. Okay, those islands were so rich in minerals, or they were very important for the development of Japan. So the father knew, Sadao's father knew the importance of those islands, and so he would always take his son, point out to those islands, and he would talk to the son about those islands and the future of Japan. So now that shows you that the father was also a very patriotic person. He also loved Japan. He was concerned about the future of Japan, and he was instilling values of patriotism in the little boy. Right? Now, where shall we step from them? Sadao had asked seriously. Who knows? His father had answered. Who can limit our future? It depends on what we make it. So, how are these, islands going to be important to Japan? So he says it all lies in our hands. What we make of it is what we can get from them, from the islands. Sadao had taken this into his mind as he did everything his father said. So he was a very obedient child, a very careful listener. He would very closely listen to what his father spoke to him. His father, who never joked, that means he was a very serious person, or played with him, but who spent infinite pains upon him who was his only son. So he doted on his son. He was the only son, so he loved his son. So every little thing he would take care of and do it for his son. But he never played with him, right? He never joked with him. He was a very serious person, but he loved his son very much. Sadao knew that his education was his father's chief concern. So, what was he worried about? His son's education. For this reason, he had been sent at 22 to America to learn all that could be learned of surgery and medicine. So, he sent his son to America to qualify as a doctor, and not only doctor, a surgeon as well. Okay, a person who does surgery. He had come back at 30. So 22, he went to 8 years. He came back at 30. And before his father died, he had seen Sadao become famous, not only as a surgeon, but as a scientist. He sent him to learn medicine, to learn surgery. But when he came back, he was also a renowned, a famous scientist. So the father, before he could pass away, saw the son's success, not only as a surgeon, but also as a scientist. Because he was perfecting a discovery which would render wounds entirely clean. He had not been sent abroad with the troops. Also, he knew there was some slight danger that the old general might need an operation for a condition for which he was now being treated medically. And for this possibility, Sadawa was being kept back in Japan. So now there is, this particular very important portion is being mentioned. Now, Sadao is supposed to be a very good surgeon, and he's a scientist, and he's working on, he's doing research on how to make wounds entirely clean. How to clean up a wound? If a wound is left, without being cleaned, it can fester, it can develop pus, it can lead to a lot of other problems. You've learned in Tiger King how the pus caused problem and the whole, infection spread on the whole arm and how the king died. So here it tells you he was working on how to clean up wounds. So, and there's another reason, during wartime, doctors are, the service of doctors, is very, very important. And this particular man, this doctor, Sadao, was not sent with the troops, the army. His service would be required there, but he was not sent with the army. Why? There is a reason here. One is he's doing research. Another one is the general, the army general, the important person. He is undergoing some medical treatment and he might need an operation to save his life. So this particular operation could be done only by Sadao. So look at that. The general probably is a selfish person. He did not want to send Sadao to treat the others or be of help during wartime due to the soldiers. He kept him back for his own personal reasons, for his own medical reasons. He was probably a selfish man. He wanted to save his life, and so he did not mind keeping back Sadao, even if the time was very severe, and even if many other people, needed Sadao's help as a doctor and a surgeon. So, clouds were rising from the ocean now. The unexpected warmth of the past few days had at night drawn heavy fog from the cold waves. So you can imagine humidity and all those things. So there is fog, snow there. So there was heavy fog, just misty, thick fog. It's not exactly snow. When you go to, okay, to Ooty, what happens? Mist, Mist you can see through, but when it is thick mist, it's fog. You cannot see through what is happening. You won't see the other part sometimes, right? So there's a lot of fog. It's foggy at the particular time. Sadao watched mists hide outlines of a little island near the shore and then come creeping up the beach below the house, weaving around the pines. So he's watching the mist moving up and down. Okay, so in a few minutes, fog would be wrapped about the house. So slowly the mist is collecting, so it will be completely very foggy around the house. Then he would go into the room where Hannah and his wife would be waiting for him with the two children. So he was waiting for a little time, okay, to pass by. But at this moment, the door opened and she looked out, a dark blue woman hovering over her kimono. She came to him affectionately and put her arm through his as he stood, smiled, and said nothing. So what happens now? He did not have to go in. The wife comes out. So she's got on this Japanese, outfit on her kimono. like you have your night dress and something over it, like that. She's got on a dress over her kimono, her Japanese, garment, and she's walking out, and she comes and joins her husband there. So she came to him affectionately and put her arm through his as he stood, smiled and said nothing. She just came there and stood with him, hand in hand. Now, he had met Hannah in America. Now, this is a flashback. Where did he meet his wife? Hannah is the name of Sadao's wife. Now, he had met Hannah in America, but he had waited to fall in love with her until he was sure she was Japanese. There again, it talks about how patriotic he was. It shows you the values that were instilled by his father and how he had to stick to it as well. And he waited, though he liked this girl, he waited to make sure that she was a Japanese girl, thoroughly. And so his father would never have received her unless she had been pure in her race, unless she, was pure in her race, unless she was a pure Japanese. His father would not have accepted her to be his wife or getting married to her. So, his father would never have received her unless she had been pure in her race. He wondered often whom he would have married if he had not met Hannah. And by what luck he had found her in the most casual way, by chance, literally, at an American professor's house. So, where did he meet this girl? Very casually, it was not planned. He met her at an American professor's house. When he went to study at America, he met her there. The professor and his wife had been kind people, anxious to do something for their few foreign students. Very few foreign students were there. So these people were always out and about to help these students. And the students, though bored, had accepted this kindness. So when somebody overdoes their party board, but they accepted it. Sarah had often told Hannah how nearly he had not gone to Professor Honey's house that night, the night that he met her. The rooms were so small, the food so bad, the professor's wife so voluble, she was very large, talked a lot. But he had gone there and found Hannah. He had gone and there he had found Hannah, a new student. So she was a new student and she had come there too and had felt he would love her if it were at all possible. So he thought, so he waited to see whether she was a Japanese girl and then he thought, okay, let me fall in love and get married to this girl. Now, so that was the flashback. Coming back now. Now he felt her hand on his arm and was aware of the pleasure it gave him. So he was happy that she was his wife and she was standing next to him, even though they had been married years enough to have the two children. For they had not married heedlessly in America. They did not carelessly get married just like that in America. They had finished their work at school and had come home to Japan. And when his father had seen her, the marriage had been arranged in the old Japanese way, although Sadao and Hannah had talked everything over beforehand. They were perfectly happy. She laid her cheek against his arm. So now it's talking about the serious people they were. They were very patriotic. They did not just get married in America. They waited. They finished their studies. They came back. They spoke to their parents. The marriage was arranged, and then they got married in that old Japanese, traditional way. And now there she is standing next to him. She is his wife, and they have two children. I'm going to give you parts of this lesson. You can continue and watch the other videos because it will take a lot of time to upload. So I'm going to go by parts because this lesson is quite long. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 videos. So I want you to tell me who a POW is. Where did who is Sadao, and what do you know about the old general? Yeah. Okay. And what do you know about Sadao's father? These are the questions for this particular slot of the lesson. Thank you.